Previously, we've looked at solving genetic problems which are proof of Mendelian ratios. And now we're going to look at a couple of examples that are what are known as variations of typical Mendelian ratios between dominant and recessive alleles. And the first one is sex-linked inheritance, so called because the alleles being considered in these examples are carried on the sex chromosomes, the X and the Y. Now, males typically have 44 chromosomes and an X and a Y chromosome, whereas females have 44 chromosomes and 2 X chromosomes. So, if the condition is carried on the X chromosome and males only get one dose, they will be affected. They have no corresponding allele on the Y chromosome. Females who get 2 doses of the X chromosome need 2 recessive alleles to be affected. Some conditions that are associated with sex-linked inheritance are red-green colour blindness and haemophilia. Let's look at an example of parents and the possible offspring that can result when we have a female carrier for colour blindness and a male with normal vision. And there are 4 possible offspring that can result from this particular parents. Notice the female has a normal allele and a defective allele. She's a carrier for colour blindness. It's recessive, so she's not affected. The male has a normal vision, but no corresponding allele on the Y chromosome. It doesn't carry it. There are 4 possible offspring that can result. Now, firstly, the father must be donating his X chromosome to the girl. Obviously, if he donates the Y chromosome, he's going to get boys. The female has to donate either her X chromosome, which is the normal allele, or the X chromosome carrying the defective allele. And in this case here, if the X chromosome comes over here, her daughter has normal vision. However, if this defective X chromosome is donated, carrying the defective allele, the daughter will still have normal vision, but she is a carrier for colour blindness. Now, looking at the boys, in this case, the male must donate his Y chromosome, otherwise we don't have boys, and the X chromosome is coming from the mother. So in this case, if the mother donates the X chromosome, the son will have normal vision. If this chromosome carrying the defective allele is donated, then that boy will be colourblind because there's no allele on the Y chromosome to counteract that defective allele. So 50% of the boys are going to be colourblind. Here's a typical problem what we may be asked to solve. As we have just seen, there's a female carrier for colour blindness and a male with normal vision produce offspring. Show all the phenotypes and genotypes that could be produced. Well, as in our previous problems, firstly, list your alleles and denote the symbols that represent them. And in sex-linked conditions, we do it this way. An X is an X chromosome with normal vision. A small c denotes the X chromosome carrying the defective allele or the allele in question. The parents, same as before, let's list them down. The father is going to be XY, we're told it's a sex-linked condition, and the mother is X small c and normal X because she is a carrier for colour blindness. List the alleles for both parents on the side of a Punnett square. So the male alleles across the top, the females across the bottom. And here are the 4 potential offspring that could result. In the top row, we have a female who is a carrier for colour blindness. She's carrying that gene there. And this male must be colourblind. In the bottom row, we have a normal female and a normal male. Looking now at the genotypes that are produced, we have 1 carrier female over here, 1 colourblind male, a normal female, and a normal male. And we're also asked to show the phenotypes, the physical appearance. So we're going to produce 2 females, all non-colourblind, normal vision, 2 males, 50% of whom are colourblind and 50% normal.